Hi everyone, my name is Jonathon M. Smith. I just touched down in Santa Monica for AFM Day 1. I'm going to talk a little bit about Largo, what my process was like with Largo, and then I'm going to dive in a little bit more about the pitching process for Day 2. But let's take a look and dive right into Santa Monica. So right now what I'm going to talk about as far as what Largo goes, I'm going to talk about the experience of being selected to be on Largo, and then what are some of the benefits that you get out of it if you are selected. So for Largo, it's a platform that I think is going to really change the business. The ability just to get certain insights that you get without having to have studios or anybody connected to what you're making, and to be able to make decisions based on that data is something that, if it's in the hands of independent filmmakers, is going to be just a really great tool that we haven't had access to before. And the process of getting selected to this panel or to be on it, I sent my script, and based on the parameters that Largo was looking for and the ability that it was looking like, if it is produced, it's going to make a return, was very valuable to the platform. And I made sure that when I first wrote the script, I wanted it to be in a proven genre, which is a thriller, but I also like writing thrillers, so it happened to be a great mix of things that I wanted to do personally, and the two just collided, where I wanted to write a film that was a thriller, and it happened to be a great fit for the market, so those two things just kind of combined together. And as far as what I could see Largo benefiting for independent filmmakers is a couple of different things. So the one thing I want to touch on is that it can help in the writing process. So Largo can analyze your script and can tell you where the emotional peaks and valleys are, where the audience could drift off and it could not catch their attention as well. Largo's going to be able to pick up on all those things. So being able to purchase some of the analyzation of Largo could save you costs on a rewrite. And before, you would hire a screen doctor or screenwriting doctor before to see if there's any changes that can be made. But on top of getting the analyzation, you can also see where your script can have improvement and then make changes based on that if you want to make changes by that. So Largo can help you from the very beginning, even in the writing process. Number two, it can actually help. It could have a third-party view of your script to see if it's profitable, it's something that people would buy or not. So whether that's a producer or a studio saying that the script isn't going to work, or I'm not sure if we're going to like it or if it's a fit for us, or if you think that the screenwriting process isn't going to be, or you believe in your script so much and the screenwriting process that you went through, that this is a film that's worth being on screen and that it can make a profit. So with Largo, you have a third-party review or a third-party eye looking at your script and being able to show you what the platform thinks your script would be worth. And this could help. This could help get your film rolling, because there isn't enough data, especially if it's an original IP sometimes, to get your project off the ground. So having that software and having that data be able to predict how much your film could be potentially worth could be very helpful for you as an independent filmmaker. And another thing that I want to, And another thing I want to touch base on, and it's kind of an addition to that, is that there's a sense for independent filmmakers that this could be, like I said, another third party, but it's also breaking some of the gatekeeping that you see in Hollywood as well. So there's always going to be a certain level of bias when it comes into the filmmaking process. So this can help with that bias. Of course, all software, all AI, all people are going to have a certain bias. But if you have people in the industry telling you that, oh, your script's no good, or it's an original IP, we don't know if it's worth it, we don't know if it's safe. If you have a script and you put in the software and you're showing that it's going to make 2 times the return, 3 times, 10 times the return, that can open some eyes, and maybe a producer will take a risk on it that may have not taken that risk before. So this has been a very great process for me, using the AI software, having this opportunity to present. I'm very grateful for it. So I'm excited the days ahead, and you can always DM me if you're concerned about the process of Largo and what it looks like, or if you want to take a shot at it. DM me at Malibu Cinema, or look us up from the heart, and you can answer questions there as well. Besides that, that is AFM Day 1, and then I will make another video again for AFM Day 2 on pitching, how to pitch, what was my process like pitching, and besides that, see you all soon.